All right, the Chop Fest continues. SPY straight sideways still. I got kind of a long watch list though, but it's a total chop fest out there. Terrible, terrible trading environment in my opinion. I just see a lot of every pop gets, every decent sized move. Really, it seems like in either direction just gets slapped the other way. It's a weird, weird market right now. I don't think in the last 2 days, and look, I've put anything on a results page. Now, I've been green every day this week. Some luck was involved, and also just trading the methodology that we teach in our course, right? Waiting for the A plus setups when they occur, getting long at inflection points, paying ourselves quickly on some, tightening the stop on the rest. That absolutely serves me well, even in a cruddy environment like this. And I haven't had a red day all week, but it's not been a great trading week. Speaking of the course, really the last night and maybe till noon tomorrow, if you wanna join us on Saturday for the 10-hour course, we're very very proud of the course. We've never had one negative review, not one negative email or comment about it. So we're very proud of what we put together. 10 hours of actionable stuff, no fluff. I think you'll love it. So hope to see you on Saturday. Long day, bring snacks, but well worth it. And the day usually flies by. Again, this week has just been really a big chop fest. I still have kind of a long list though. So let's glance at IWM. That one's kind of bleeding lower, and the small caps are usually very tough to trade during the thick of earnings season, which is right where we are. And you can see that's kind of bleeding lower. SPY holding up a little bit better. But okay, SLCA was on bounce watch, and it's just another red day. Huge volume today. I mean, looking back, that's the biggest volume day going way back. Could argue it's got some support in this area here. You come, somewhere it's getting close to that area. What I'd like to see really is a big sell-off in the morning and then look for an intraday reversal. You might catch a bottom there. But it's definitely interesting. Same with MOS. 3 days down the road, near some support. I'd love to see a sell-off in the morning. Look for a bounce there as well. Weight Watchers after the gap up, couple days lower. Almost at a gap fill, so that one's kind of interesting. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not in love with any of these. CCCR had this huge move. And now you're a couple days lower back into the 8-day. Look at the small volume on this pullback. Certainly worth watching for a turn back up. CDNA. Big volume today for this stock. Ended up closing about in the middle of its range, but it might catch a follow-through day tomorrow, red to green, something like that. ESES had the gap up, sold off then today, took off to the downside a little bit, but then reversed and closing above its open. Switch to 15-minute candles here. Let's go to 5s. Yeah, I mean, kind of a strong close. This one might continue higher now. It may have found a bottom after, had good news yesterday, and a lot of times the good news gets sold. But, it might be ready to go back up tomorrow. We'll see. First, solar, an inside day, FSLR. After this big pop, quiet inside day. Might get a third day play there. OHGI, kind of a sleeper pick because the volume's not great. But relatively speaking, the volume is great when you look and compared. So it's definitely got strong recent volume. You had this big pop, and it's kind of grinding higher. That one might take off one of these days. No trades in it today, even though it was on watch. I didn't catch any kind of decent setup. Fitbit. Took off right out of the gate, so I never caught a trade in it. I know it was on our gap play watch list. Tough trader, and just if I go to 5-minute candles, it just took off straight out of the gate. And I cannot chase because I teach people not to chase. And if you do chase right out of the gate and you make money on it, the market will get that money back on the next one you chase or the next one or the next one. So you got to have a method, and this one just never met any of my entry parameters. If they take off and run like that, they just run without me. All right, I'm a defense first trader, and I never ever chase. So WKHS coming out of a nice consolidation down here and a big volume spike today relative to this stock's normal volume, and it's worth watching for a follow-through day. CBMX. This one had a little action in after hours. It's up at 5.5 in after hours. So this one, I believe it had news, maybe earnings. So let's watch that one. Possible gap play. We'll see if it gets any volume in the morning. Under Armour UA found support at the 8 and 20 day area. We usually look to the middle of those two moving averages for pullbacks to buy on an intraday basis and on a daily basis. And you can see it turned right there. Maybe that bounce continues tomorrow. Not in love with that one, but who knows. And then AGEN, also a really big volume day. You want to look for, we're going to look for some follow through in that one too. But again, only for all of these, only with a proper intraday setup. So I may not trade any of these. I may just trade a morning gapper tomorrow. I may not trade tomorrow. I don't know. I have to have a proper setup And again, that's the crux of what we do in our course. We teach proper setups, how to enter them, and how to scale out, and so on. And for that reason, my trading methodology won't allow me to ever just take a trade, right? It has to be one of my setups at an inflection point. Otherwise, I'm in cash. And, sometimes, guys, look at your balance, your account balance every morning before the market opens, before you place your first trade, and realize how ugly that balance can get if you fall into a trading death spiral, if you just start winging it, right? If you, at the end of a trading day, have you ever talked to God and said, God, just please take me back to where I was this morning. I promise I won't trade any, right? That balance that you started with can look so good by the end of the day if you do everything wrong and if you don't have a method. So keep that in mind. I always try to do that. I always try to look at my balance and say, you know what, this could be terrible by the end of the day if I don't follow my rules. And a lot of times I'm perfectly happy to end the day, at or around the balance I started with versus taking risks and risking doing damage to my account. So I say this to our chat room members, our course takers all the time. Defense first when trading, and learn the setups and learn the entry points. And you can have a really nice trading career. All right, I'm done babbling. See you guys.